Here's another metal detecting video. Today I'm in Perlora, a true ghost town by the Cantabrian Sea that's special to me because I've spent some of my best summer days here. What you see today, practically abandoned and in ruins, was once one of the most important tourist resorts in Spain. I came here in my camper van, parked back there, with my metal detector to look for anything still buried from the golden years of tourism. First, let me explain the importance this place once held. Perlora was founded in the 1950s as a vacation town for workers and their families. The Franco regime built it to promote popular tourism and provide affordable vacations. In each of these 274 houses that make up this city, thousands of working-class families stayed here to spend the summer by the sea. This was an independent city. It had its own shops, its health center, its church, and it even has a small train station that connects it perfectly with the main cities of Asturias. Keep in mind that in Spain in the 1950s, for many families coming to Perlora was a huge deal. Not everyone could afford hotels or tourist apartments. This place represented access to vacations for many people. The prices were very low and even free for large families. Family memories were created here for generations.
With these cities and union residences, social tourism became a reality for the first time as an achievement of the working world.
Notice how the sidewalks are preserved to access the chalets. These are like small apartments, and look, the whole area is full of these little houses. And this one, notice that it already has a perimeter fence because it is already in total ruin. This is common with houses by the sea because of their proximity. The rods inside the concrete, these houses are entirely concrete, including the roof. So you can see that the rods burst, the cement cracks and breaks apart. This is the result of not maintaining it, right? I think this house can't be saved anymore, and that's how they're all going to end up. Everything here will end up scattered on the ground. Here's another example of what I mentioned earlier. See the rods there, rusted and cracking the concrete? This beachfront house is the one I'll inspect. I'm waiting for the tide to rise so I can dive. This city also has well-maintained areas, like this picnic spot that's been cleared for public use. And that building you see over there is a bar. I don't know if it's open all year round or not. Right now it's open, but we're almost into summer. Anyway, what a shame.
In Perlora's workers' village, the minister sees buildings built to house families for holidays. The construction of these different types of homes has required a rapid pace of building.
Okay, and at this point, I'm sure many of you are wondering how this place ended up abandoned. Well, when the Franco regime ended and democracy began, this place gradually started to fall into disrepair. Management was turned over to the Principality of Asturias, and the results are clear today. What impacts me most about Perlora isn't just its abandonment, but all the wasted potential. We're talking about public property by the sea, completely deteriorated after decades of administrative neglect. And here, for me, it's impossible not to ask a question. How can a public complex be fully abandoned when housing access is worse than ever? Here, there are 274 public housing units going to waste while so many young people can't move out on their own. Is there really no better alternative than abandonment for a place like this? I'm giving you a quick introduction to provide context about this place. To learn about Perlora's history and current state of abandonment, watch the full documentary about this place on Alvaro's Ilus Aventura channel. After all this, one thing still makes me curious. For decades, people vacationed here. And probably a lot of people came down to these beaches with jewelry, watches, and valuable objects that could still be buried under the sand. Let's head to the beach and see what we can find with the metal detector. Let's hope something interesting appears after all these years. Before we continue the video, I want to take a short break to share something. You know, I've spent the last few months fully involved with the apartment project in the United States. During this time, I learned a lot and completed a project I was excited about. But in the last few weeks before coming back, things were absolutely crazy. I was working almost non-stop to get everything finished. Constantly making decisions, solving problems every day, and feeling like there were still 1,000 things left to do. And in the end, that took a toll on me. I realized this when I saw it on Instagram. They were filming me driving a golf cart. My parents had come to see me, and it was literally one of the few moments of rest after weeks of working non-stop. And when I posted it, I thought, is that a bald spot? And that's when I realized. It wasn't just that I was tired, what I had was stress. And I think a lot of us can relate to this because we tend to operate on autopilot. We often say things like, it's fine, I'll rest later, or I can hold on longer. But often something is really happening, we just don't want to see it. Many times, we're so focused on getting work done, helping our family, meeting goals, or living up to the expectations we have for ourselves that we put ourselves at the end of the list. When you know damn well there's no one behind. Well, I just finished getting drinks for the whole team. I'm sweating like crazy, man. It's really hot today. I'm heading to the beach. It took some time, but the tide should be high enough now to dive comfortably. Let's see what we can find. I'm going with the Deus 2, the small coil bone conduction headphones, and the Blue 3 for diving. Let's see what we find. I have to walk up there. Alright, I'm already in the water. There are 4 or 5 people here. Summer hasn't officially started, even though it's extremely hot. Imagine what it was like when 274 families spent their summers here. Up to 1,000 people can gather here since there are only 2 beaches. There's this one and another nearby, which I hope to visit soon if things go well. Let's try it. I like the bottom here. I've come to this beach a bunch of times to dive, but I've never come with the metal detector, and I'm really excited to see what I might find here. I'm going to finish getting ready and get in the water to see what turns up. So far, I've only found a stainless steel ring, no gold. I'm surprised there are so few coins. There's a lot of aluminum, which makes things tricky. Anyway, let's keep trying. The tide's in and there's some swell making it uncomfortable for me down there, but that's how it is. Let's see if it settles. Man, I didn't find anything except the stainless steel ring. There's not much.
People have been swimming here for years and years, going back to the Franco era.
but there's a lot of aluminum, man.
Did you go behind those rocks? These ones? No.
Those ones. These ones?
Yeah, because that's where the sea doesn't hit, man.
Nope.
You didn't put me in there. I think the material goes in there, the whole line of the stone, this part here. I think all of that over there, because in the end, this is too open, man.
Alvaro came to visit me. He lives right next door. I'm meeting up with him later this afternoon to go for a walk, but for now, let's keep going a bit more. When is it? 1 in the afternoon? I'll keep at it until about 3, then I'll eat. There's got to be some gold here. Come on. Alvaro told me to come over here. It's stone from over there. I'll listen to him. Let's see. I got out of the water, ate, and took a shower. There was some energy at the bar when I left. Check this out. I'm going to show you everything I found all laid out here. First up, as usual, the trash. I mean, just look at how many pieces of aluminum there were, man. And a lot of this melted aluminum, too. I think this is aluminum. You have to dig through it to reach the gold. I also found a knife and a lock cover. I really have no idea what this is. Maybe it's part of a shoe, I don't know. A bunch of fishing sinkers. Lots of sinkers of different sizes. As you can see, coins. There are euro coins, peseta coins. I found fewer pesetas than expected and thought there would be more jewelry. The only thing I found was this ring, the first thing I found, which I believe is made of steel. It's engraved in there inside. You see it has an A. I don't know what that means, but anyway, this really looks like steel. And this other ring, man. Damn, underwater I thought it was gold, but in the light it looks kind of greenish and I don't see any marks. Anyway, I'll test it with acid to know for sure if it's gold. But I'm telling you, because of how heavy it is, I don't think so. Let's check anyway. Just look at the mark. It doesn't mark as gold. Anyway, I'm going to put acid on it. Let's see. I'll use the 18. Nothing. This is steel. What the heck am I doing? I swear it fooled me underwater. That's it. What a shame. I expected to find more jewelry and pesetas here. Maybe this beach has been detected a lot or I just had bad luck today. It's been a while since I found any gold. This is the first day I haven't found gold in several outings. I hope you enjoyed learning about Perlora's history and I'll see you next Friday.